This is Nick Baisley on the final night of the FirstGlance Film Festival. I'm here tonight with
Joe Raffa.
Joe. What are you here with?
I was the director and writer of You'll Know My Name.
And for the folks who don't know, tell us a little bit about the flick.
It's been described as high noon in the Jersey suburbs, or I like to call it Rebel Without a Cause with cell phones. It's really about being young, the story of youth, and all its complications and how inescapable it could be at sometimes. Not many people know who I am. Tonight that's going to change.
Awesome, man. Now you wrote this as well. Where does the idea kind of come from? Did you kind of take some personal experiences from this, or?
It was definitely a personal experience. A lot of weekends of wasting time, hanging out with people, just being directionless, not going anywhere, and I had a lot of angst that I wanted to get out. So this is really about teenage angst.
Awesome, man. Now what as far as the characters and stuff like that, did you also draw upon like other people that you knew, or did you?
Yeah, of course. Some more than others, but there's going to be a lot of familiar characters to everybody. I think everybody could identify with somebody in this film because everybody grew up.
Some of us did, yeah. Some of us were forced to. So you from Jersey? Is that where you're from?
I'm originally from South Philly, but right now I live in South Jersey. So I kind of captured the whole suburbs thing. Most of it was shot in South Jersey. There was a few scenes that were shot in South Philly, the gym scene and locations like that.
Now, do you ever have any people that kind of be like, okay, well, is it kind of like the movie version of the Jersey Shore or something like that, or how do people like kind of usually react to the flick?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I think it's most identifiable with outsiders, but there's a lot of characters in here that kind of personify the generation, that's growing up today. That Y generation, Generation Y. So it's a really fun film.
Now, in terms of being both a writer and director, which one do you like better?
I like to direct, but writing's free, so it doesn't cost anything to write. So as much as I could write, I could write as much as I can. So
excellent. Now, as far as the flick goes, as far as the movie goes, how long was the production process? How long does it take you to make?
I wrote the screenplay, and then I took 9 months preparing. We only shot the film out in about 15 days. We had about 15 shooting days. And then 4 months after that, I had a finished product. So it was probably about a year.
Excellent. And where did you find your cast and crew?
Well, Mike Lemon Casting, which casted The Sixth Sense and Signs, offered his services for my film. I interned there, and that was just a great experience working with Mike. He brought in a lot of young talent, rising stars here in Philadelphia. My crew came from people I met on other film sets. I got a great cinematographer in Charlie Anderson, who's a rising cinematographer. He does work for Under Armour and is a co-founder of Stratotech Studios. He brought a lot of production value to the table. And I was very blessed and fortunate to have the cast and crew I did. So
it sounds like you've been working in the industry for a little bit now, doing various things and stuff like that, meeting a lot of people, and then using those contacts to get your movie made.
Yes, yeah, I think that's the most important part, is just going out there and spending time on film sets. I spent 1 semester in college trying to go for film, and I was just learning so much more outside of class and meeting people and getting work, and that's just the best way. If you really want to be a filmmaker, the best way is to just go out and to just do it.
Excellent. And now, did you learn a lot from the other directors and stuff like that that you worked on set with, as far as how, did that inform your style in filmmaking?
Yeah. You learn every time you spend time on set. You'll learn something. You'll pick up something here and there, and it all adds up. And you don't even realize it, but the decisions you make on set, you've learned at some point. So as much time as you can spend on film set, the better.
Now, you're here at the FirstGlance Film Festival, and do you have other festivals planned? Either were they before or after this?
This is our world premiere. We have a few marketing strategies. We want to definitely take this film to several colleges. It's definitely a good calling card for everybody involved. So we want to give it as much exposure as possible. Make sure it gets distribution, whether it's self-distribution or some type of distribution method, and really get this film seen.
And as far as deciding to actually apply to or submit to the FirstGlance Film Festival, what kind of was the decision there? Just because you're kind of somewhat in the Philly area and you wanted to kind of show to kind of a more local crowd, or what was the mentality behind that?
Yeah, having this film screen at First Glance is actually perfect because it's a local film festival and it's a truly independent film festival. And they really pride themselves on that, which is big. You get a lot of festivals that say they're an independent film festival, but we know, they got some.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I do this a lot, I know.
I think the First Glance Film Festival is just the perfect fit for this film because of its size and what it wants to do. So.
And have you screened it? I know this is your world premiere, but have you screened it for friends, family, stuff like that?
Yeah, we had a test screening for the cast and crew, and it was really special. Really special.
Do you kind of look at the audience, look for the reactions and stuff? Do they laugh in the right places? Do they get emotionally charged in some places?
That's what it's all about. Sitting in the movie theater with the audience, and you know that you've affected people, and when it's over and the credits come up and everybody's talking afterwards and walking out of there happy, and they've learned something, or not necessarily learned something, but kind of heard my voice, and I got a point across, or I just the feeling of you start with nothing and now you have a finished product that you're passing on to other people is just fulfilling. It's just really great.
Excellent. Now I'm sure from every other director and every other production you've ever worked on, you always have to have several irons in the fire. You're obviously you're doing the fest circuit with this one. You're also probably getting ready for distribution plans and stuff. What's next?
I actually just wrapped production on my second feature film as director for the movie 6 Degrees of Hell. It stars Corey Feldman, and it should be released in 2012, which is a much more fun movie.
Excellent.
And the producer of that is B. Harrison Smith, who produced The Fields with Tara Reid and Cloris Leachman. He kind of saw You'll Know My Name, and we hooked up and got this project rolling. And now this is doing big things. This project is getting a lot of legs.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all the success so far, and hopefully we get to see you more out on other fests, and hopefully the name gets bigger and bigger, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Awesome.